Sometimes the most decisive battles are not fought on the battlefield, but in silence. No gunfire, no blood, only the human mind, mysterious strings of letters, and the ticking clock of destiny. This is the story of those who fought not with weapons, but with thought. Men and women who never wore medals or marched in parades yet changed the fate of the world. They fought their war inside a small secret house surrounded by machines that never slept as they tried to unlock one of the greatest mysteries in history, Enigma. It was 1939. Nazi Germany had invaded Poland, rolled into France, and prepared to tear Europe apart with blitzkrieg. Every German command, every attack order, every convoy, every name was transmitted through radio encrypted by the Enigma machine. It looked like an ordinary typewriter, but it was a vault of war. With millions of possible combinations changing every single day, it was, as far as anyone knew, unbreakable. Allied forces intercepted the messages, but all they saw were lines of gibberish: XQF, ZLR, TPN, AQV. Each morning the key changed. Each night the world sank deeper into the darkness of secrets. People began to say, "To defeat Hitler, we must first defeat Enigma." In Britain, the War Office established a secret center deep in the countryside of Buckinghamshire, a quiet estate called Bletchley Park. There were no tanks, no guns, only strange minds, mathematicians, linguists, chess players, philosophers, typists, all working under total secrecy. The world outside had no idea they existed. Among them was a man unlike any other, a brilliant, eccentric mathematician named Alan Turing. Alan Turing was not a soldier. He disliked discipline, ignored authority, and spoke in ways few could understand. But he possessed something no one else did: the ability to see order in chaos. Turing believed that to defeat a machine, one must build a better machine. While others calculated by hand, he imagined a mechanical device that could test thousands of possibilities every second, a machine that could think. Many called him mad. But Britain was running out of time, and desperation breeds innovation. Outside bombs fell across Europe. Inside Bletchley Park came alive with sleepless minds. Teams were divided into small wooden huts. Hut 6, Hut 8, Hut 11. The air was thick with the smell of paper ink and cold coffee. Walls covered with strings of numbers and letters. Strips of intercepted messages pinned like pieces of a puzzle. Men and women hunched over desks, eyes burning from exhaustion, hands trembling from the chill. They called the coded radio chatter traffic, and their mission was clear: turn chaos into information and information into survival. Turing began building the bombe, the first electromechanical device capable of automating logic. Rows of spinning drums, wires, and relays filled the room, humming like a heartbeat. At first it looked monstrous, heavy, crude, mechanical. But when it ran, it was pure magic, testing millions of settings per minute, narrowing possibilities until truth appeared. Outside, the sea war raged. German U-boats prowled the Atlantic, sinking Allied convoys day after day. If Enigma remained unbroken, Britain would starve. Every decoded message could save hundreds of lives. And Turing knew time was their enemy. March 1941. After countless nights without sleep, a small team at Bletchley Park finally cracked an Enigma transmission. They could hardly believe their eyes. The once meaningless symbols formed real orders. U-47 will move to grid 48°B, 17°W. Target British convoy. For the first time, they could see how the enemy thought. For the first time, light pierced the fog. Convoys were rerouted. Ambushes failed. Each Enigma breakthrough saved thousands who would never know why. The operation was given a codename Ultra. It became the most closely guarded secret of the war. But the battle never ended. Each time the Allies found the key, the Germans changed the lock. Enigma evolved more rotors, more wires, more complexity. One tiny error could ruin everything, forcing them to start again. Turing and his colleagues, Gordon Welchman, Joan Clark, Dilly Knox, kept working in endless loops of code and exhaustion. Some went mad, others collapsed. But they pressed on, knowing that every hour of delay meant another ship lost at sea. Their work was absolute secrecy. They could tell no one. Not even their families knew where they were. When the war ended, There were no medals, no parades. They simply went home, forgotten, invisible. Alan Turing, the mind who gave birth to the modern computer, was never honored in his lifetime. He died alone, carrying the knowledge that his machines had shortened the war by more than 2 years and saved millions of lives. And so, in an old English country house, another kind of war was fought, a war without bombs, but with numbers that fell like bullets. No one heard explosions, but sweat tears and solitude were the price of freedom. Enigma had been called unbreakable, but they proved something greater. No code is unbreakable, only the limits of the human mind. Today, Bletchley Park stands as a museum. The old bomb machines remain silent but alive, their gears still whispering the rhythm of those who once sat before them. The gray walls, the wooden desks, the crumpled pages witnesses to a battle fought in silence yet won for the world. Step into that room and you'll see the wires, the circuits, the electricity still humming. There, in the quiet hum of logic, humanity taught machines how to think. And in that moment history entered a new age, the age of computation intelligence and the birth of a digital world, all born from a secret war called Enigma. They never fired a single bullet. They never set foot on the front lines. Yet they changed the course of history through patience, intellect, and faith that reason could triumph over violence. And in the end, when Enigma fell silent, one question remained: if a handful of humans could teach machines to think in order to save the world, who will teach them how to be kind?